HarperCollins presents Protecting the Pack by Julie Miller, read by Mallory Taylor.
For my husband, my dear friend Kim McCain, and so many other dedicated social workers who have labored tirelessly, often with too little credit, a surprising degree of danger, and endless stress, to help families in need and children in the foster care system. It's a high burnout job, and most social workers I've met move on to second careers. It's not a perfect system, but sometimes they work miracles. Prologue. Oh yeah, he's a fine-looking boy. Geo Williams stood in front of the door to the bedroom he shared with his little brother Tyrell. Through the thin wood partition he could hear Tyrell sniffing away tears, just like their mother, who was shaking in her shiny high heels beside their late-night visitor. The man in the double-breasted suit looked the part of a well-to-do businessman or doctor or something, just like the dads of some of his classmates at the magnet school where Geo and Tyrell went on scholarship. But Von Trask wasn't his dad, or Tyrell's. He wasn't even dad-like, whatever that meant. And this visit to their apartment near downtown Kansas City had nothing to do with acting like a dad, and everything to do with scaring their mom into paying him money she didn't have. Geo knew because the $20 bill he'd stolen from one of the rich kids at school to buy groceries for himself and Tyrell was missing from the gym sneaker inside his book bag where he'd stashed it. Since Tyrell was a good kid and wouldn't break a rule to save his life, that meant Toy Williams had stolen the cash from her 11-year-old son and gone out to buy a hit of crack cocaine or whatever drugs she could afford, usually from the reputable-looking man who was currently twisting her arm at a painful angle. Trask smiled in a cold, creepy way that commanded fear and respect across the city. I can see he's got attitude. I could make some money with him. Pay off the $36,000 you owe me in no time, toy girl. Geo Williams raged inside, not so much at the sick words coming out of Von Trask's mouth, but at the way Von's tight grip on his mother's arm made tears roll down her cheeks. Geo remembered that Toy Williams had been a fun, energetic beauty when he was younger than Tyrell was now. Toy wasn't even her real name. It had been Mary, until this loser had gotten his hands on her and dubbed her his toy. If Geo was bigger, older, maybe part of a gang, he'd be able to punch the man's lights out, or stab him, or shoot him, or something, and make Von get his grubby hands off his mother and leave them alone. The only thing holding him back from flying at his mom's boyfriend was knowing that if he got sent to juvie, then Tyrell would be alone. Or if Trask did put him to work for him, then chances were he'd come after Tyrell next. Their mom wasn't going to protect them from Trask. It was up to Geo to take care of the family. He's not turning tricks for you. His mother finally found her voice between sobs and shivering. For all the good it did her, Trask released her just long enough to slap her hard across the face, driving her to her knees before he wrenched her to her feet again and yelled in her face, I say what happens with this family, not you. I own you. They're my boys, she protested with a whimper. Yeah? You win any Mother of the Year awards lately? Are you sure you even know who their fathers are? He released his grip, and she tumbled to the floor with a gasp of pain. You're tweaking so bad you probably don't know that you haven't fed them for days. You want something from me? Somebody's going to have to earn it. Toy crawled over to Geo and grasped his arm to pull herself to her feet. Maybe he could just make some deliveries for you, make a little money that way? Geo's stomach churned with conflicting emotions. He wasn't something she could trade for a fix, yet he knew just how scared she was of this man. Protect the family. He wasn't sure he could, but he was going to try. Trask moved closer, and Geo fisted his hands down at his sides. His mom flinched away, but Geo stood his ground as the man grabbed him by the chin and twisted his face up to study it. Geo swung his fists, aiming for the man's belly or farther down where it would hurt, but Trask easily evaded the attack. When Geo kicked out and connected with the man's shin, he cursed and lifted Geo right up.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?